traditional classroom look like? Usually, in a traditional classroom, teachers depend on governing their classes, meaning that they usually establish class rules and choose to tell students how to behave. Teachers rely on bribes and threats to control a student's behavior. Majority of schools and teachers use these type of disciplines to ensure students will act and do things a certain way, usually how the teacher wants students to behave. Let's take a look at this classroom. Good morning, class. For today's lesson, we are going to be adding fractions. Last week, we worked on composing fractions. We learned what the numerator was and what a denominator was, and how a fraction is built. Today, we are going to be adding them. Johnny, you're talking while I am giving the lesson, and that is unacceptable. You know the rules. Now move your pen to yellow. If you continue to misbehave, you will be moved to red. Johnny, why are you pushing Abigail? You are breaking rule number 3, keeping your hands to yourself, and you should be working on your assignment. That was your last warning. Now go move your pen to red. You have lost your recess time and expect a call to mom. We will see what she thinks about your misbehavior. Are you following these discipline models that rely on threats and bribes to get students to act and do things a certain way? Ask yourself, is it working out for my classroom? If not, I have a discipline model you're going to want to try. Beyond Discipline Model by Alfie Kahn. Kahn advises teachers to forget about the popular system of discipline models and instead work towards building a sense of community in their classrooms, a place where students will feel safe, express their opinions, and work together on a solution that affects themselves or the classroom. Kahn suggests that instruction should be based on constructivist theory, meaning that students learn from experience, not from the teacher. Instruction can be effective if the topic is based on the student's interest. If the students are interested, they become deeply involved, leaving no room for misbehavior or disciplining. Teachers, if you want to follow the Beyond Discipline model, then you can. All you need to do is follow these 3 things. Engage your curriculum based on student interest. Develop a sense of community and draw students into a meaningful decision making.
As for example, I know you've heard this once in your lifetime or many times when you were in school, but the teacher will usually say, do what I say and I will get you a reward, or do what I say or there will be no recess for today. And if they get a reward, they're happy. No recess, they're sad. Oh my god, this is awesome. You have to know this. Students will do what they need to do if they have the trust and respect with the teacher. Children need to be told exactly what the adult expects of them, as well as what will happen if they don't do it. The objective is not to promote depth of understanding or motivation to learn, but the key here is to maximize time on task so they can be doing their work always on task, and obedience to authority. Hooray! You need to give positive reinforcement to a child who does something nice if you want him to keep acting that way. At the heart of a moral education is the need to help people control their impulses. So you need to give them positive reinforcement. Do you ever think that your students don't follow? Have you ever questioned yourself these questions? Like, am I asking students to do something worthwhile? Or is the task I ask the students to complete too easy or too hard to complete? Kahn offered these suggestions, like number 1, change the context. Number 2, Offer students to make decisions. Students who are able to make decisions in class and vote rather than the teacher telling them what to do, they're more committed to following the decision and more likely to do their work. Number 3, make the classroom a loved community. When having a classroom, community students feel cared about and are encouraged to care about each other. They love going to school. They participate a lot. Number 4, solve problems together as a whole classroom class. Teacher would say, okay students, so today we're going to do a lesson on the sea. Do you prefer reading a book on sea animals or just fishing? And the students will decide. Now the students get to make the decision, so they're gonna talk to each other and vote and see who else wants that same decision. If they want the book on sea animals or just about fishing, and then whoever gets the most votes, probably that will be it. Students, today we can change the desks around. Do you prefer the desk in groups of 4 or the desks in a circle in the middle of the classroom? Whenever we make some discussions, you can talk to everybody in the classroom. What do you all prefer? Now here, the students will speak to their friends and make a deal if they want the desks in groups of 4 or if they want the whole classroom as a circle for discussions. Or some students might right away know what they want and they start raising their hands to make the final vote. Now, classroom meetings. The teacher will say, students, how do you all think your classroom behavior is? Do you all think you can do better or worse? Or what can you do? I think it's better to do something better, right? Here, the students and the teacher will be discussing how they can better behave in the classroom. They will be discussing what things they can do to make the classroom a better and loved and caring, beautiful classroom community.
Do you want to be an effective teacher? If you want to be an effective teacher, take control now. Follow the Beyond Discipline model. You will see progress in your students' behaviors, and it does not require all your efforts. It is as simple as showing your students respect, and they are more likely to do as they are told. Do you want to be the good teacher you know you can be? Kahn describes a good teacher as forgetting about the reward, bribes, and threats, but instead taking your students seriously by treating them as individuals with needs to be met. Other descriptions of good teaching include students are allowed to make decisions, curriculum and instruction is organized and engaging to students, questions should be explored in depth, and students can work actively and cooperatively. Do you have what it takes to be a good teacher? Then what are you waiting for? Make the change now. Follow the Beyond Discipline model. Do it now. Call and learn from Alfie Khan. If you call now, you can get a teacher in for passive admission. Do it now. Don't forget, call now and follow the Beyond Discipline model. You won't regret it. Happy students, happy teacher, happy class.